Now for part 2. So this is the second guitar, same owner. It's my my girlfriend's father, and this one's a steel string. The big difference you're going to notice though is going to be with the pins at the end. So acoustic guitar strings, they come with balls on the end of them. So what you need to do is actually stick the balls in the hole and then shove these pins in after it. And then as for the other end, there's no knots to tie. So essentially all you're doing with this is that you're just going to stick the string through the hole and then start winding it. The Gibson setup book says that you have to go over and under, but honestly I've just always wound them from the top down and I've never had any issues with them. Okay, so one thing you need to do is also make sure that you cut them short enough so that there's not too much winding at the end. So if you take a look, example at this one here, I'm not sure if it'll actually work on. There we go. This one here has actually got way too much winding on it. Generally you want it to go around the post about 2 to 3 times. So now you're essentially just going to see the exact same thing we did with the last one, just fast forward just to get through it real fast. Quick thing to note about this guitar in particular, normally you don't want to use pliers on the pins. It scratches them up pretty bad, but these, I'm not sure if they changed the pins and these are too small for the hole, but they're really deep down there and I can't actually get under them. Normally I would just take like a butter knife, the backside, and just pop them out, or a guitar pick works too. It's not working for these, so unfortunately I gotta do this. Now if you're gonna do this, it's a good idea to take your microfiber cloth and to put it on top of it and see if you can grab it through the cloth so that it doesn't make as much of a mark on it. That said, if you can't get a hold of it with the cloth, like I'm starting to see I can't with this, another solution is to grab a pair of wire cutters and pop them off from underneath, which I think I'm going to try that. Oh, wait. Hey, it loosened it. Perfect. Now I just got to get the other ones. Alright, time to clean up the fretboard. Got the same fret cleaner jig that I made. A lot of people have like specific tricks for how to figure out the length of the strings at the end. You know, how much you want to stick out. I'll be completely honest, I guess every single time. Eventually it works. So in general, I'll just roll the string up just to keep it out of the way while I'm doing the other strings, and then I cut them all off at the end. So all that's left to do now is just to cut the strings off. Just a piece of advice, make sure that you are paying attention to which strings you are cutting while doing this. Every once in a while, I have a student come in who says, man, I finished them all and then I cut the wrong string and then I cut my string off of the guitar. Kind of like, okay, they don't have a string anymore. Like, they cut this part, not the ball side. So really take your time, make sure that you're doing it right before you actually pull the trigger. Time to send this one home. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope this was informative, maybe mildly entertaining. I tried to keep things as quick as possible and as interesting as possible, but I mean, this is probably the most boring part of playing guitar, is actually changing the strings. And the first time you do it, it's going to take you a while. Stay tuned for other videos. I'm going to be doing a lot of lessons in the near future. At some point when all this stuff resolves, hopefully I'll be able to talk about a little bit more gear and equipment and recording stuff and just everything about music. So please stick around. Travis signing off.